Welcome to the StabCast.
Hello.
I'm Dizzle.
And I'm Mindy.
And we are here for a special spooky Sunday. Not only is it, it's still refreshing the new year. You know, if you're from Buffalo, Philadelphia, Kansas City, or Washington, you're excited for football. If you're fucking a horror fan and you're with us, you're excited for some Speak No Evil. This movie, it's a remake of the 2022 Dutch movie. It was in 2024 with James McAvoy. What?
I thought it was Welsh.
Pretty sure it's Dutch.
I think you might be right.
It's a Danish-Dutch film.
Okay,
but,
so we're half right. I'm half right. You're half right.
Yeah.
Okay.
My geography's terrible, so I can't even.
So it's
debate
mine.
you. I can't even try to argue.
We both went to the same school, so we can't even argue with each other because, like, we both went to the legit same school district. So.
Yes, but we have a special one today. James McAvoy, hell of a performance. It's going to be a fun film to, get into. Something we haven't dived onto on the show yet. You know my love for The Quarry and video games like that and Until Dawn. The Until Dawn trailer came out. I sent it to you. We've talked to it off air. But what do you think the twists are kind of taken on it? Because it does not seem like a copy and paste of the game.
I'm very scared.
It's Happy Death Day.
It's not, exactly.
It's Happy Death Day.
Exactly. That's what I said. And I was watching it with Kevin because I watched it again with Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my God. They're Happy Death Day in it.
Yeah, and a spookier tone.
Shit.
It's like it's Happy Death Day, but they're taking it serious.
Yeah, like they took it up a notch.
It's not a comedy.
They ripped out the comedy and amped up the horror, it seems like.
Which I do like that they're kind of playing with like the player, like dying in the game, and then you restart it. Like I like how
because we don't really get to see that much.
And if it was just a copy and paste of Until Dawn with different actors instead of Rami Malek and Kirby from Scream, Hayden Panettiere, and like Lesser.
She's in it?
Yeah, she's the main girl, and she's like the final girl from Until Dawn. And she's like the one you can't kill her until the last scene. Like that's design. That game's like, no, bitch, you're not. But nobody else is the final girl but her. But yeah, she's like a main character in that game, and a really good performance from her. But I don't want to see a copy and paste with those characters in a different. And I thought that's what they were going to do. So I like how they're doing it in a different way. But it could be shitty, it could be good. Sony movies are hard to predict, especially. I know
it's PlayStation. It's
PlayStation, and it's not horror, but that is horror. But my experience with Sony is through their Marvel movies, and DC isn't Sony, but Marvel, like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man shitty movies.
Yeah, like
Madam Web, and fucking Morbius, and all those ass cheek movies are all Sony. So they don't have a good reputation with me.
Sorry, Jared Leto. I love you as a singer, but you have got
to go
back.
Fuck away from a comic book.
You've got to stop acting, dude.
Yeah, at least stay away
from
Not
even the comic book shit. You just got to stop acting. You just got to stop doing
Urban Legend's a great movie, but besides that.
Yeah, but it was literally his first role, Daniel. He had one personality, BQ.
But he was like a main character, and it was a good movie. But I get what you're saying.
But,
yes.
I mean, he was a young buck.
He was a young buck. Sometimes your first one's your best one.
Now he's kind of a sellout.
James McAvoy, who we're talking, unless there's any other news you have. I mean, I think Until Dawn could be a really good movie, or it could really fall flat and be a shitty adaptation. Mm-hmm. But it looks like they're doing something different. It's a different type of plot, and it's not original because it's Happy Death Day, but it's in a different tone. And I like how they're doing it and taking it serious. And they're trying to, and they only have like 13 deaths or something. And they're trying to make it Until Dawn. And it seems like it could be a really good movie. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, and it's really cool that they're like dying and coming back and everything. And then they see that they're missing.
Yes.
With the other kids and everything. And it's like, how long have we actually been in here? And like they start like keeping track of stuff and whatnot, and it's like it's kind of a little bit of a fresh take, a little bit.
Exactly. And video game horror movies have not always gone it's gone the way of the dodo. I mean, we talked about like in Silent Hill a little bit, but that movie got shit on.
Like we love the Resident Evil movie though.
Yeah.
The one that came out.
Yeah, but even that one got pooped on. They're talking about a sequel too, and I hope they do it. I really hope they do it because I liked it. I thought they laid a good foundation. That was a good survival.
But also, Daniel and I like practically wrote that movie like years ago.
Because the movies they came out with in the early 2000s was not the video game. It was a completely different thing. They were fun, but they were a completely different thing. This was like the video game. It's like Chris Redfield and Claire and all this stuff that with Leon. And like I remember pretending to be those guys in the backyard with your little camera and talking about getting fake blood and
snow and walk. Remember the one time Mom came out of the door and I was laying there covered in fake blood.
Yeah.
And like you're watching me.
Yeah.
And they're like, burn him. Mom's like, what are you doing? Oh my God. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? We're having fun.
We're having fun. Yeah, so video game horror movies have not always been great, and video game movies in general. But we'll see. It could be a good one. Do we have any other news or?
Not really. I mean, I'm just waiting for Nosferatu to come out on streaming.
And thank you, everybody that joined us last week for our big trivia spectacular. We will be doing that again. Mindy, we had a lot of fun. It was a great time. Sorry for the echo in the first 15 minutes of the program. My bad. New microphone. But it was a lot of fun, and we can't wait to do that one again. But now we're back reviewing horror movies and that everybody knows and loves. And let's get into it. Speak no evil, Mindy.
I've been waiting for this movie to come out, but not the US version, the Dutch version.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw a trailer for the Dutch version a couple years ago, like when around the time it first came out. And I was like, this looks like it's going to be spectacular because it was really, really well shot.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. But they honestly, this did a good job of not being a carbon copy.
Yes.
I don't know if you agree or not.
I think it did.
Unfortunately, with these kinds of movies,
they can come across like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have to be foreign films. Remakes in general. Like, look at Psycho from 1990, I think.
There's a couple of great examples you could come up with.
Exactly. Like, give me 10 minutes. It won't be it won't be hard to come up with that.
Yeah.
So
Psycho's the most egregious case, though, I've seen of like line for line, shot for shot. Like,
oh my God, it's
like,
horrible.
And the fucked up thing about that was I thought Vince Vaughn had a good Norman Bates in him. And I thought he could actually do that role if he was given.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, and he is, and he's good in serious. And I love him in his comedy movies, but when he does serious shit, he can go too. And I thought, and even he was trying to bring something to it, but it's like you're doing the same movie, so it just comes across as a copycat. And this is not that. I thought this James McAvoy is going to be talked about as the leading performance of this, and as the guy that makes this. But this has several others. And this movie, James Watkins directed from Woman in Black, that fame, the Daniel Radcliffe horror movie.
That my fiance claims that it's Harry Potter 9.
Oh my God!
No,
I don't. I
do
mean,
you not
I
know
believe
the story.
I think I've heard him say it, but
we
give
were
it to the audience.
We were in the movie theater and. We were in the movie theater and it was so dark and Daniel Radcliffe's like walking around and shit. And Kevin's like, why isn't Harry Potter using his wand?
Yeah.
We are in an auditorium full of people. Stop it.
Stop it.
Well, he should use his wand.
This had a budget of $15 million and made 76. Very respectable.
Yes.
James McAvoy is Patty. We have Mackenzie Davis, who is my favorite character, and this is Louise Dalton. She's with her husband, Scoot McNairy is the actor who plays Ben Dalton. And then we have Cara, who is Patty's wife, Aisling Fransoli. I'm sorry if I fucked that up. Then we have Agnes, the daughter, Alex West Leffler, and Dan Hugh as Aunt. And Chris Hitchen is Mike later on, too. But I think, now you made a comment to me that I do agree with, but I do have to say something to it, to where you said James McAvoy is the lead of this movie, and he's like, and it's his performance. And you don't really know anybody else in it, though. Like, he's the guy that brings you to it because you don't know the actors in it.
That's true.
That's a correct statement. But I will say every other performance in this movie does what it needs to do and provides it to be a great psychological
Oh,
thriller.
absolutely. They all did a great job.
They're all fantastic in this role, even from the kids to the adults. Like Louise, I think, almost has a better performance than James McAvoy.
Okay.
And I know that's a hot take.
I respect.
I thought he did a great job, and he felt eerie and creepy, and you never really knew what he was. But when you're walking into this movie, it's kind of hard to make that work because I know that you're going to turn at some point.
Exactly.
I know it.
Like,
I know in this movie it's going to go the way that.
Unfortunately, you put him in a horror movie, and it's a done deal. You know for a fact that that he's going to be the villain.
Yes, and I thought
in some way,
and he did a great job at like showing that transition and like faking them out the whole time and like slowly escalating in the tension to that buildup, and that's what this does so well. But Louise and the fact that she plays the mother that is, too up her own ass, too fucking like, strict, too like, oh my God, my baby's gonna fucking, we need to organize play dates. Like she's one of those moms, like one of those fucking, over controlling, annoying moms. But she has good reason to be in this movie. In this movie, those moms get vindicated because she fucking kind of scopes out what's going on from the beginning. And she kind of fucking, and she's trying to be cool. And it's fun seeing that character arc of her, like, trying to let herself be vulnerable and let these people in. And then that's when that line when they're like, why are you doing this? And like, because you let us. And that's what makes it mean so much. Because these are people that are very reserved, but they're letting these people in because they're trying to they are weak and they're trying to make themselves, feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. But she transitions from that into this, like, the leader of the group. And like the only reason that they make it out of it. Mm-hmm. And that character from beginning to end, I think like has so many arcs and twists and turns that makes it like one of the better performances in this.
I have to agree.
She did a great job.
She did a really great job, especially with all the emotion she had to portray.
Yeah.
And like you said, the roller coaster that she had to go on and everything.
Yeah.
Because they do have, we're not going to bring it up just yet, but they do have a very dark secret in their family that basically ripped them apart.
Yeah.
And as far as she's concerned, she left her life to go help him live his in France.
Yeah.
So.
Or London
or whatever the hell they were at. But like she wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. None of them were happy.
Yeah. The daughter wasn't even happy.
No.
But it's just even like her facial expression, like in the beginning when they kind of meet. I mean, they're at the dinners and stuff with that because they're on this retreat to start, this big retreat. I think they're in France for that. Rome. And that's where they meet them. Mm-hmm. And they see them on a scooter or on his Vespa and he's fucking around and he's being crazy. And they're talking about Agnes wants to go on, the daughter, and just the mom's face, like the fit, like shit. And I've seen moms that it's like when you ask, like, oh, can your kid like come do that, like come on this roller coaster, and they're like blowing up inside, like I don't want them to do this, but okay, I'll be fun this time.
My mother, when I was 7, I was like, oh, can I go on a bike?
Yeah,
and she's like, yeah, go ahead, have fun.
She was fun. She didn't give a shit.
Don't fall.
But this mom had to make herself be fun. That's a completely different mom. This mom wants fucking, she wants everything controlled to the T and fucking, and an agenda. And, she doesn't want to live. And with a stranger riding on a scooter in her head, she's going nuts. And you can tell all that with her face. And that's what makes it so, like, such a strong performance. And Ben, the husband, is...
And there's no helmet or seatbelt.
Exactly. And Ben, the husband, is so good as, like, that dad that's trying to keep it under control, but is kind of a pussy and, like, kind of, like, doesn't have it under control. And he, like, his life is falling apart in front of him and he doesn't get what's going on. And I think he does a great job at that. And he's like just such an idiot throughout the whole fucking movie. But I think it works as far like he's the doofy husband that's like trying to, but he's also trying to like make a friend in James and Patty. And he's trying to like, have a fam, like have
when they were bonding to Burning Flame. Oh my God.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious.
I didn't like that was the soundtrack of this movie pretty much.
I just love how like they're in the car and all of a sudden James McAvoy is just like, "Do you feel it, brother? Do you feel it?"
Yeah.
It's like I don't feel anything anybody.
I don't like when he was mad at him and he was looking at him singing that song in the car later when he's driving.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, he's like,
that was Oh my God, when you pulled them outside their window,
Yeah.
or his window, I should say, and you fucking played the song, I was like, we can reconcile.
Yeah.
It's our song.
And then they played it at the end too. It's like, you motherfuckers are trying to get this one over on me. And I know it's a good classic song, but now I gotta play it.
It really is.
Now it's back in my playlist.
Yeah, same. That's the thing with us, because we're creative musically as well, both of us. So that's the same thing. Like, you guys put out a song, and we're like, oh shit, that's gonna be stuck in our heads now for like 5 days.
That one's back. That's a hit. But no, I think, and spoilers if you're with us at this, I like every single scene from the beginning to the middle to the end. It slowly builds up this climactic thing of, when are these people going to turn? When are they going to show their true colors? Like, they're slowly discovering, and I like how they discover it, and then they try to stay cool and chill for a while and try to get past it. And then it slowly, it escalates even further. But I like how it's like you see red flags, and certain red flags, I was telling you this yesterday, certain red flags from that family, are red flags that I put myself in the situation, and it's like, I would overlook a couple of those things.
Yeah, I think anybody would.
When Agnes is swinging on the swing, and their kid, Patty and Karen's kid, is fucking, in front of the swing, and she can't, get a proper swing off. And the dad and, the mom's trying to get him to get away, Louise, and Patty comes over and he fucking just grabs him by the shirt. I've been a little boy hanging out with my little boy friends, and one of their dad fucking grabs him. And I never thought, like, oh my God, maybe he's not his son and he cut his tongue out. I never thought that. You know what I mean? I mean, they all had tongues, so I obviously tongues. But I never thought, oh, there's an abusive relationship going on, or oh, that's a red flag. Maybe that's a bad dad. It's just like, oh, his dad's not fucking around. He's like, fuck him, and he's yanking his ass real quick. Maybe it's a different time.
That's what I thought too, because I mean, they had the whole ruse of him being disabled, because that's the thing that they told everybody.
Yeah,
is that he was physically disabled at birth. Like, his tongue is very small, they said.
Yes,
and compared to other people, and so think about that for a second, people, because that should have been like a shining red neon sign that said no.
That was my first thing. As soon as it was that, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. It was in my head, but as soon as that kid went to talk to Agnes, he's like, I'm like, they cut his tongue out. They cut his fucking tongue. It's not too short. I don't see a tongue. They cut it out, or they snipped it, or they did something.
And he says that too. He like opens up his mouth and goes like.
Yeah, later on. Yeah. He's like, nah. And that kid did so good without even talking.
He was so good, and I feel so bad for kids, because kids get a bad rep.
Yeah.
They can normally either be annoying and too much, or not enough, or really fucking creepy.
Yeah, I mean, a kid can be useless in the way. They can have too much lines and get annoying, and you're definitely right. A kid, not even just a horror movie, but a movie in general.
Exactly. But they did a really good job with the two children leads.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even Agnes, even though she was a tiny bit whiny, it wasn't that, like, impactful. Like, it didn't make me, like, hate the character or anything like that, or get annoyed with the character. It's just, that's just the kind of girl she was. She realized she just had a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
So, and she wasn't screaming and stuff like the Babadook kid. So, I'm sorry, but when I think of children in horror movies now, I just think of that little fucker screaming and going off. Because, if you do not want to have children, go watch the Babadook. It's perfect birth control. Perfect.
Oh yeah, that kid sucks so bad. I hate that fucking kid. Oh my God.
So annoying.
In the backseat. And that became a meme, like, outside. That's like a pop culture meme.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, you see
that's
that
hilarious.
everywhere. You see that everywhere. It's like my toddler when I'm just trying to get him to do the simplest thing. And then it's the mom fucking having a breakdown and the kid fucking in the back. And it's just a fucking, that is, I mean, and that's a great movie in its own right. But yeah, that kid sucks. And fucking, the kids in this don't suck.
No, they don't.
Agnes is a good little girl who, like, fucking, is trying to, and even her, there's a craftiness in her that she gets from her mother that you can see when she pricks the leg and pretends to have her period when shit's not going, and like that's a crafty thing for a little kid to come up with. And she fucking like, nah, I'm gonna like
to even think of, too.
And she understood that would fucking help get them out of the situation so she could warn her mother what was going on, and that helped save their lives. So that's a big deal, and that's something that she really like. That was a good character moment for her.
Yeah, this movie is definitely, I mean, besides James McAvoy, is definitely run by the girls.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Cara gave a great performance. She really did.
Yeah.
And Louise was better. Louise was a lot better. But Cara, she gave me an uneasiness. That's the thing.
Yeah, and she was a good wife.
You're supposed to get when you're watching a horror movie is uneasiness.
And she was the character that made you think that they might be good. Because she seemed so sweet and she was so genuine. Yeah. She had a couple of weird things, like at that nice dinner, fucking pretending to blow him for way too long.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. If you're going to play a blowjob joke, like don't do it for like a good 5 minutes. That is fucked.
Yeah, he's banging the table and shit. They're just sitting there like, oh, okay.
He's like grunting and moaning and
yeah. And he's like, never mind. It's like, no, I still think you came, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, sorry. There's nothing that you can say that's gonna like. There's nothing that you can say that's gonna make me think that you did not just get a blowjob in the middle of a restaurant. Sorry.
But yeah, she did a good job at that. But as far as like a lot of the performance in here, she kind of gets overshadowed because everybody else is so strong. Because like I say, Ben is a good, like, I feel for that guy. That's a guy that's relatable. Like every man like gets in that situation to where he's like taking care of shit, but shit's not really getting taken care of. and he's like, shit's not going my way and it sucks. And that moment when him and fucking McAvoy are on that mountain fucking screaming, and we can give away the sauce now. The wife's, getting dick pics. She didn't fully on cheat, but she's getting cocks on the phone. So fucking cocks on the phone. There you go. I'll make that note short. Cocks on the phone, cocks on the phone. But she was getting
everybody get your cocks on the phone.
Yeah, there you go. And so she was getting sausages to the iPhone, and the husband was upset about it. And James McAvoy heard their argument, so he was like, for the next room, it's thin walls. So he took him on a cliff to scream out his anger, and part of me was like, I wish I was up there to yell. I was like, I want to get something out. Fucking I thought that was a good scene. That it's like, and that was a good friend building to where you can. That's why after that, Ben had a certain loyalty to him because it's like he had his back in that moment.
Yeah.
Even when the girl that he's trying to protect, that might be in a dangerous situation, but this girl wronged him and betrayed him.
Yeah. And
she kind of fucked him over. Yeah. So, and yes, he did.
Because I'm sorry, everybody, but for someone that's been in a relationship for 14 years, I can say this, that shit is cheating.
Yeah.
To get a male's genitalia on your phone and keep it there.
Yeah.
Is cheating.
And to text sexy with somebody. Yeah, it's cheating. And the fucking, and
it's a different thing if like all of a sudden somebody from the PTA got your number and texted you their junk, like she was trying to play it off.
Yeah.
But I mean, didn't really seem like that's what was going on.
Yeah. No, I think it was a great moment because and I'm glad that they got past it, and it showed how strong both of them were. And even that end when he's like, or not the end, but when they're about to leave, and with Hoppy and thing, when he has him get on the ladder to get the girl's fucking bunny.
Oh, when they're about to leave the first time.
Yeah, when they're about to leave the first time. And we'll just describe that scene a little more in depth. But in that scene, James McAvoy was like, just be honest. I know you're still lying. Be honest. And she's like, I betrayed him. I did the wrong thing. But he's fucked me over by, taking me away from my life in the States, making me quit my job. And now and now we're in a bad way because of him. So yeah, I got dick sent to my phone. And she's like, yeah, I got a couple cocks sent because this guy really fucked me over. And we're in a bad place right now. So next time you see us, we might not even be together. And then, and he was like, thank you for the honesty. You can leave. I'm going to throw my kid in a fucking lake now. And he did.
And he did. He fixed up their car, which is really weird. I kind of thought when he got Ben in the garage that he was going to smash Ben's head in with a hammer. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I saw that coming.
And that's what this movie did so good. Ben on the ladder, Ben in the tool. You didn't think the dad was making it. You were like, there was multiple scenes where it's like Ben's about to get fucked up, and he made it out. But there was a couple of scenes where it's like they're gonna do it now. They're gonna snap now. And I like how they do it, like kind of like in a sweet way where they're hanging with it. Goodbye. The gates open. They're like, we're getting out of here. And then slowly, boop, the kid's in the fucking lake. He can't swim. And he's smiling. And that's the moment when, and by the way, they do try to leave beforehand, and they leave the bunny. So the kid. That was the one part where Agnes does become that kid from the Babadook. Because listen, kid, fuck your bunny. All right, we're about to get killed by these people. We just got away. Fuck your bunny. We're out of here. I don't care about your stuffed animal.
We'll get you a new bunny.
Yeah, you can cry all you want. We're fucking going home. I'm scared. All right.
We can get you a new Hoppy. It's not that important. You have gold in the Hoppy? No, you didn't. No. So it's fine.
Unless there's a stash in there somewhere.
You
we're getting
can't
the fuck
be replaced.
Yeah.
Hoppy can.
Exactly.
You can.
Exactly.
We're not going back. That's what I even told Kevin that when I was watching it. I was like, I would not go back. I'm like, even if my child was starting to have a panic attack, hyperventilating and shit.
Yeah.
Nope. Not happening.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? Even if it wasn't a temper tantrum? I'm like, I don't care if it was a temper tantrum or not a temper tantrum. I ain't going back.
Yeah.
If I got my ass out, my ass is staying out. If the dad wants to go back and put his life in danger, well, fine.
He can do what he got to do.
Yeah, go do what you want. You want to be the hero parent? Go ahead, be a hero.
Go be the hero.
I'm not going to be the hero because I know better.
Yeah, and the dad was, and like he's smiling, and so that's when the second part, the kids like, and I get it. Ant was a great kid. He told you the sauce. He showed you that these people were bad people, and you owe a degree of loyalty to that little kid. I understand it, but these people pushed him in and are smiling at you. You know it's a trap. Fuck that kid. My family's in the car. I'm fucking out of there. I'm sorry, and maybe I'm a piece of shit, but if my family's in the car. We're safe and sound. This gate's not going to close before we drive out of it. Sorry, bub. You know, get your floaties. We're getting the fuck out of here. They might get you out anyway. This might just be it. They might be bluffing. So I'll play that bluff, and I'm fucking flooring it. And but they took that moral high ground. They saved him, and then we got another 30 minutes of movie because of it. So it worked out.
Yeah, and it was
because that would have been a shitty ending if they just left the kid to die. And
that would have been really shitty, and it would have been. Yeah, that would have been like Funny Games Part 2.
Yeah, that would have been fucked up. That's like one of the bad endings in The Quarry. It's like you made the wrong decision. The kid's just drowning, and they're like, that's it.
Bye-bye.
And then it plays that song.
And also, I cannot believe that they did a fucking square dance to Cotton Eye Joe. Oh my God, I can't get that song out of my head.
And the kids were getting fucking screamed at too. And see,
well, no, Angus was getting praised.
Yeah.
She was getting praised. She was getting told that she was doing a really
but
good job.
Ant was fucking getting screamed at.
And he wasn't that bad.
And I get it, the guy's not your father and shit. But they don't know that. But oh my God, and that's another one. That's another red flag. That it's like I've been like, especially on the wrestling team back in the day. You know, I've had, kids that, their dad's the coach or something, or like being on the in sports.
They're hard on.
I've seen aggressive dads,
so
and I've seen dads scream at fucking their sons that aren't fucking getting the job done.
Yeah.
But fucking.
I've also seen stage moms. They're just as bad.
Yes. But this one was particularly like, there was a lot of vitriol in his voice. And when he's like, ah! and it's like, and I get it. Fucking Kira was talking to fucking Agnes. I'm like, oh, Agnes, don't chew with your mouth open.
Yeah, don't chew with your mouth open, honey.
And then the mom was like, hey, Louise was like, hey, fuck you. That's my kid.
Yeah, like, stop telling my child how to be a child.
Yes. And that was a great scene.
I'm right here.
And then I liked that. And then James McAvoy's like, apologize right now to her.
He acts like a fucking therapist.
Yeah.
It is so funny, guys. Because after they apologize and stuff, he's like, whew. That's some good stuff. That's some good emotional parental healing.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
They get
and
into
it's like, oh my God, he's ridiculous.
They get into a few arguments. And Mindy, as a former vegetarian yourself, I know you're not on the lettuce anymore, but as a former vegetarian yourself, if a man had just, I don't care if it's a freshly killed goose that it's the pride goose, Lily or Gilly, whatever the fuck, fucking. This woman told him that she's a fucking vegetarian, and he puts a goose in her mouth. He's like, eat it, and she fucking eats it. How fucking much did that make you cringe in that scene?
I wanted to cry for her.
Yeah, I felt so bad. And I get it. She was trying to, and that was one of those vulnerable scenes where she's trying to, like, please these people. And she wants to, like, come across as a good guest. But it's like, you're going against your morals. Yeah. You're letting yourself,
And honestly, it reminded me of, and I know you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It reminded me of Brittany Snow and Would You Rather.
Okay. Oh God, no.
When they made her.
This one was
make her eat the meat.
Yeah, that one was a little more force and torture-y, and this one was a little more, there was a lot more character stuff going on in this one.
It's just an example.
Yeah, no, yes, I agree.
It's just an example of breaking morals. Like, they've both been vegetarians for 20 plus years, and they're being forced to break their diet.
Exactly.
For no reason but somebody's entertainment.
Yeah.
That's it. So, I mean, I felt really bad for her. I mean, did I eventually go back to meat? Yes, I did. Because unfortunately, with a body this tiny and how many medical shits I have, being a vegetarian wasn't the best thing. But we live, we learn. Do not eat tofu bologna. It sucks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dude.
No, yeah, I felt bad for her, but it wasn't, like I said, there's so much character stuff in that to where they're kind of breaking her down and like, no, you're going to go by our way. And she's kind of like letting herself do that. And in a subconscious, she's just trying to be friendly and like make these people like her. But in a way, it's like you're taking away who you are for these people. And that's kind of the theme of the movie. And then that when the play in the scene in the garage, when they're about to kill everybody, they asked them, why did you do this? And they said, because you let us. And that's the whole thing. Like, it's good to let your guard down in life, but don't let it down too much, damn it. Because then these fucking people will come in and try to take your daughter and kill you.
Yep. And honestly, it reminded me of Funny Games.
Yeah, a little bit. It's hard for me to compare this one, honestly.
It starts as something very innocent and just goes to show that your first instinct is what you should.
You're not wrong, because it's but that one was a little more like these people had a lot more tries than that family had. Like if a teenage kid or whoever came over was like, hey, I need some eggs, I'd probably help them out. And then I'd end up fucking, tied up and they got my wife doing a naked dance and it's all fucking sorts of bullshit. But fucking, and
shoot your kneecaps.
That movie fucking that family got fucked over with a lot less, whereas this family got to see these people be crazy and we're still like, fuck it, let's go hang out. Let's fucking vacation, baby.
Yeah, let's go to where they live.
Yeah.
And be with them on a farm in seclusion.
Yeah.
They're so stupid. You know who the dad reminds me of? Because he's just so stupid.
Who?
Mark from The Orphan.
Oh, I can see
the dad.
That. Yeah, I can see that.
Because that dad was so stupid.
Yeah, he was an idiot.
He really was. Like, I was okay with it when Astor killed him. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hated him. He was an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you in any situation, not even The Orphan, but if you have a situation happen where your child, who really isn't even your child, is finding a way to get in between the two of you, that's, I mean, that's a little screwy-dooey.
100%. That's next week. But
no.
Oh yeah.
I told you I tried watching it and I couldn't because it was so stupid.
What the fuck? We did
it's
the first
okay.
one.
We'll do it. It's all right. We'll do it.
We did the first one. We have to. But this movie, every single scene was fantastic. Every single scene builds up that tension. Every single scene, there's character moments to where these people are kind of showing their true colors and these other people are reacting to it in a different way. I think this movie did so many things correct, and I'm so high on it. I'll give it an 8.7.
Ah!
There's no kills of the week to really get into because, I guess I'll give Mike's hammer to the fucking head when that Mike, the chef at that restaurant, who's like secretly helping the family, they are helping Patty and them. He fucking has Ben's fucking eye to a piece of glass, and then fucking the mom comes in on some badass shit and fucking hit hammer right in the head, kills him.
My favorite was when little Aunt went like full on fucking Tommy Jarvis.
Oh yeah,
on Patty with a rock.
And that scream too. Then that kind of brought it back to screaming your frustrations at the cliff. Like this guy fucked him so much that he fucking smashed his fucking head with a rock, and then
because also we didn't tell you guys this, but when they come back for him after he was drowning in the lake, Patty says you have to be very careful and listen for him. He does say you should have just left him in there. He would have been with his parents.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But what?
Yeah.
You are his parents. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You should have just let him join his parents. What the fuck?
Yeah. 100%.
Like, they were basically, like, kidnappers, kind of. Like, yes and no. Like, brainwashing, kind of.
Yeah, I agree. What would you rate this?
I would rate it an 8.5. At least.
Yeah.
Just because, unfortunately, they do have to get some points taken off just because if you're going to come out saying that you're a horror movie and whatnot and then nobody really dies.
I mean, somebody got their face smashed like we just said.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, it was a different kind of
It's a psychological suspense thriller. Yeah. That's what this movie is. It's not a horror movie. It's not a slasher movie. It's not any of that. It's a psychological suspense thriller. That's what this movie is, and that's what it's fantastic at being.
It is.
All right, Mindy. Next week, I know you hated that I just told you this, but we are going to be reviewing. It's on the cock. We will be watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Part 2. We did first one back in the day. And for the YouTube viewers, maybe we'll gloss over the first one, too, talk about that plot, and then go into the second one, because that is a deep, complex movie that needs a lot of retrospective. I said a lot of that sarcastically.
It is probably the stupidest, most in-depth movie ever.
Yeah. So
like it should not be good.
No.
It really shouldn't.
It should suck ass.
But for some reason, it doesn't suck ass.
No, we love it.
I mean, I don't love it, but it doesn't suck ass. I mean, the second one, I hated it, though, because, like, the second one, like, you got Christopher Robin in therapy, and,
well, you're watching it.
The owl came back, and it was just, and I don't like sequels.
So.
It's okay, though. Because
join
then
us
I get
next
to
week.
This, and then we get to do Bambi and Peter Pan, guys. Peter Pan is going to have a horror movie, and it's going to be around Tinkerbell. She's going to be a homicidal maniac fairy. I'm so excited.
So everybody get psyched up for that. You got anything else for the good people, Mindy?
Besides watch the TikTok, not really.
Check out the TikTok. Check out the YouTube. And keep the subscribers coming. Thank you for all the followers on TikTok. We're up to, 11K? A little over now?
11.2.
So there you go. We're up over 100 on YouTube, so keep supporting us, and we'll keep giving this great, beautiful, sexy content like we're doing now.
You're so weird.
I mean, I shouldn't say sexy, but but this nice content, family friendly. Talking about James McAvoy's face getting smashed in the fucking tube. But we'll see everybody next week. Give him a big old hootie hoo, Mindy.
Hootie hoo.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.